Okay, so I'm back, obviously, right? Haha. I'm just going to burnish this a little bit. Make sure it's nice and smooth before I stick my other stuff on it, and then we'll be burnishing it again. So I think I have enough here to do a pair of earrings, independent. So we'll just open up this. I love using these little sleeves here. I got a whole bunch of them. I can show you what I've done. I have some extra ones. After I do some things, and I just put them in these little cases. That way when I need them again, they're right there. I even staple some together to make like a little booklet of different things that I've made. One day I'll get to them, but it's a great way to store it if you have extra pieces. And when I'm finished with them, I just take these in a baby wipe and I just wipe them out, and they're just like new again. So it's a great way to store your pieces of clay. And I just have a box here where I keep them all in. So now I did that little sidetrack. Let's get back to our jewelry making. They're really great to put things in. So I'm just going to take some pieces. Where's my a different blade with no things on them so that I can pick it up. I'll just take a piece. I'm just going to stick it down everywhere, anywhere, not everywhere, randomly. And just tap it down. I'll cut this one through there. I'm trying to stay on on the screen here. I don't want to lose you. I'm just going to randomly put it down. So I'm just going to cut little pieces and stick it on. Like so. I've been playing with my different color nail polish that I got. That's why I have these multicolored nails going on here. I'm gonna move my black clay because I keep hitting it. Excuse me. Ever since I was out in the cold room cleaning it out a couple weeks ago, my throat has never been quite the same. But it looks nice in there now. Let's see, what other piece? Let me grab this one, I guess. I just need little pieces. And no special way of putting it down. I'm just putting it wherever. Not even paying attention to where I'm sticking it, to be quite honest. So there's not a great lot of thought going into this. I think I'll put another one here, just a little tiny one. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. It should be, oh, maybe another one here, just a little one. Something tiny, not too thick, because some of these are kind of thick, and I'm trying to avoid those. When you don't, what you don't use, you can always just stick it back into your package of clay, or you can save it for another project. I do make nice ones. There, that's plenty. I don't like that piece. Get rid of that. There, I'll just set this to the side. Now we'll just burnish it. And I don't push hard, just a very light push on the tips of my fingers. You can feel it, and you just slowly flatten it so it goes into the clay. You don't want it to go this way, you want it to go into the clay. I'll do this for a little bit and then I'll take my roller. But where I'm using a solid color paper too, I'll always just keep peeking at it. And I can use my roller. And just lightly make circular motions on it. Because we're not rolling and pushing, we're just doing a light roll on top. Circular motion. And then I'll check it again. See, it's getting in there. You can see the black coming up in here. Well, I can see, I don't know if you can. And how it's coming up through these little tiny holes. And that's all we want. I'm on my last block of clay. last block of black clay. Having a problem talking today. I think my tongue's just taking a little vacation. It's feeling pretty smooth. Yeah, it feels pretty smooth. A little bit more. I can feel a little bit right here. So I want it quite smooth. And where it's metallic clay, it should give different different tones of gold. I'd show you what I made, but it was a giveaway and it's gone. And I never did hear back from the other person that won my last set. So I don't know. I still have it. Trying to think of her name. I think it was Cynthia Taylor, maybe? I'm not really good with names, but I think that's what her name is. There. That's good. Excuse me. Yeah, that should be just fine. Not sure what that is. Let's see if we can get that out of there. I'm totally destroying it. There we go. All right, let's take our cutters. Yeah, these are the two I'm using. So it's the large one, the largest, and the third to the largest. That's what I'm going to use. Now we just have to pick out some spots. So, maybe that. There's something red on there. I don't know what that would be. I like that one there for the one earring. So we'll do that one. Hope I'm not getting my head in the way. My noggin. Maybe I'll do it this way. Yeah, kind of like that. And then this one, whoops. That will go there. So if I turn around this way, oh, I like this way better. What do you guys think? Yes? That looks good, doesn't it? That's what we're going to do. So let's see what that looks like. This one's too thin and flimsy. I need a more thick blade. Didn't cut that very good there, did I? Ha ha ha. There. What I'll do with my black is I will just cut out where the gold is and put the black back with the black, like so. So that I don't waste any. Clay's too hard to get these days. We can't be wasting it. All right, so that looks pretty good. This is the one I want. I like these little ones. So I'm just gonna smooth these off, bake them. I think I'm only gonna bake these for 30 minutes. Just because they aren't that thick and I wanna put it back on them, so they're gonna end up back in the oven again. And I'll just make sure my last bake, I put it for a full hour. So these are ready for the oven. Well, after I'm done playing with them for a little bit, they'll be ready for the oven. Just see something on top there that doesn't look quite right. I'll burnish it a little bit. Try not to distort it, but it looks like there's a little bump there. That's better. All right, and I'm going to bake these in the oven, and when they're finished, I'll be back. Okay, well, I'm back. I'm not sure what she wanted, but I had to get my silver leaf off of here. So, all I'm going to do right now is I'm going to cut off some of my black Primo, as you see. It's Sculpey Primo. And I'm going to run it out on my pasta machine. And again, I'll do that on my second to my largest setting. And once I get that rolled out, I'll be back. Hi everyone, it's Angie. I'm finally back again. I was busy with my shows at the Grand Hotel. Doing our Christmas thing, I guess. But anyway, I'm back. And today, I'm going to be starting it with some Primo. And I don't know if you remember when I did my beehive necklace pendant and earrings a while back, but anyway, these were the shavings that, yeah, Winnie's being a whiner. Winnie, shh. Anyway, I'm going to be using the parts that I had shaved off the top. And we're going to make a pair of earrings, maybe a pair of earrings and necklace, and I got to see what's wrong with Winnie. I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back a little bit later than I planned due to the fact that for some reason the power went out. But anyway, it's back on now, and we are back on track. Okay, so I'm just going to texture the back of this. And then we're going to put it back onto the pieces that are now out of the oven. So there's our texture. And I need some of my, I know this bottle's in rough shape, liquid clay. And you can use any kind you like. It all works the same. This one's almost empty. But you don't need very much. Just enough so that it will bond to the clay. I should have come, oh no, actually it is going in there really nicely, so usually they're not the same shape after the fact. They tend to change a little bit. I guess I did a better job than I thought. Get some on here. Oops, put it on backwards. Silly me. Make sure there's no air in there. Smooth out the sides. Oops. I'll do the same with this one. I'm probably going to have to do a smear or some black liquid clay on the sides of these after they're baked. That's all there is to this part. Get my fingerprints on it. I don't want to play with it too much because I don't want to distort the pattern on the back. I do want to get all the air out between the raw clay and the soft clay, unbaked. Raw clay, yeah, and the baked clay. See, I'm thinking what I'm doing instead of thinking what I should be saying. And I'll put these back in. Again, I'm just going to put them in for a half hour because I know I'm going to have to bake them again. So when these are done, I'll get them out the oven. And we'll do, I don't know, I haven't decided if I'm going to do the smear or the black liquid clay. I tend to do the smear more often. And then we'll finish them up. And I'll be back. All right, they're out of the oven. And I am going to have to do the sides. And that's fine. And I will do the Jessame smear. Just because, I don't know. I find it just as easy. And me with liquid clay, I probably would have more on me than on the actual piece. So anyway, what you need to do is get it really soft. So you want to condition it really well so it's kind of sticky feeling. You can always add some liquid clay to it if you're having a problem with getting it to that point. Just rub it around. And that's it. Put it back together again and continue with it. Right to the other side. Then after you do that, you get some on there. I like to take this part of my hand and just kind of rub it to make sure it's all nice and smooth. And I just want to make sure that it's nice and smooth, and you want to make sure there's none on the front of it. So you can just wipe it and just keep doing it until you're happy. I tend to do it, well, right up until I can see it is nice and smooth and even. No bumps or grooves. Nothing on the front, nothing on the back. If there's a little extra, I'll take it off. There's a spot right here, so I'll make sure that's all cleaned up. I'm probably off camera again. I'm good at that. But yeah, I just keep rubbing it. And then I'll just do it on this part of my hand. Because I find it won't leave fingerprints or anything, and it makes it really nice and smooth. And I'm going to do this with all three of them. And yes, it's going to go in the oven again. I'd rather do 3 bakes, do it in individual steps for less distortion than to try it all in one. Trust me, I'm not that gentle, so I would have an awful mess if I did that. But when I'm satisfied with them, I'm going to put them back in the oven again for just another 30 minutes because, like I said, there's 3 bakes going on here. So, and this is very, very thin. So right from the first bake, that's going to be like an hour and a half. And for the back that I put on, that's going to be an hour. So then I'll do this one for 30 minutes. And where this is thin, it'll be just fine for a half hour in there. So like I said, it is very thin. Just enough to cover up those little cracks. From that to that. Very simple. So I'll finish these up, make sure I get them nice and smooth. And when they're done, I'll come back. All right, they're out of the oven. And I mixed up some resin. I put resin on them. And it's equal parts of the pour-on resin. And this is it right here. So anyway, and I've stirred it up. It's been setting. I'm going to take my little torch to see if I've got any more little bubbles in there. Get them out. And I'm just going to put the resin on top of our work. So I'm just going to take a little bit off of my skewer and drop it on and move these off to the side. Just spread it straight to the edge. It really brings out the color and everything, as you can see the difference between the two. This does take 24 hours to before it becomes hard to cure. I was thinking about using the UV resin, but I decided to go with this one because I had other projects I wanted to use resin on, so. And again, I usually end up mixing up more than I need. That's okay, because I'll just use it on something else. Can't be wasting resin, it's too expensive. And I need just a little bit more to finish this end piece. And you don't want to put too much on because it will go over the side. So you got to be careful when you push it over to the edges. And yes, I still make mistakes. And we learn from our mistakes. There. Oh, my hands fall asleep so easily. Excuse me. Ow. I'll just pop my bubbles. You can blow on it. You can use a lighter torch. And I'll do that a few times before I decide to just leave it. So I'll finish up these other two. And when they're dry, which will be in 24 hours, we'll be back. Okay, here we are back. You can see I've been working on them. I wanted to do something a little different, so anyway, that's why I decided to go ahead and do some of it ahead of time, so you wouldn't have to watch me try to figure it out. So I decided I put a jump ring in here, and then one of these wires like this in the jump ring. And I'm going to do it on this one anyway, but and then put this bead that I had done before when we were doing that giveaway, the necklace and earrings that I had done. So I already put the jump ring in here, so I just drilled a hole in here, put the jump ring in, slip this on. That's going to end up falling off, so I'll take it off now. Close the jump ring. See, every time I get on camera, my hands just don't work right. Not sure what that is. And another reason why I decided to go ahead and do some of this off camera. So I'll close this up. And I'm going to put where it's open inside the hole, if I can. Slowly. There. That was easier. I'm going to slip on my little bead that I'd made. Kind of thinking I should have put some of these on it too. That would mean I'd have to take this one apart. And I really don't want to. So I guess we won't. I'll have to remember that next time. It's because I did the earrings before I did this part. I'll need a gold chain too to finish this one up. Or I might even, I don't know, I've got enough beads. I could even probably continue. But I think that's probably going to be enough. All right, so now I'm just going to turn this up. Put my ear wire on. I'm doing this one a little different. I'm just going to wrap that wire around and around until it's just about gone. And I'll snip off that little tiny piece and tuck it in. And that is exactly what I did with this one. See where it is. I ordered me one of those light magnifying mirror, not a mirror, but magnifying glass with the light in it. I can't wait to get it because it'll really help me see better when I'm doing stuff. I'm not sure how the video part's going to work, but it'll help me when I'm just sitting here myself. My eyes just aren't like they used to be. So there we have our earrings. And for this, all I did was put the jump ring in, and I put 2 of these on. I was at first doing it with one of the C beads here, but there just wasn't enough wire left at the end, so I just took the end ones off. So here we go. Put one of my beehive beads, a C bead, and these are size 6 C beads. And I did a swirly, a lentil bead. So you can do so much with these lentil beads. You can even soften up the sides too so that they're not so sharp. Another C bead. And I don't know if I like that one as much. That one's pretty cool. I think I'll go with this one. Find the little hole right there. And I'll take my flat nose pliers. Say it just gives me enough to make a loop. Round nose. Start rounding that over. And I need a jump ring in here. And then, oops, I'll finish with this. Close it off so that jump ring won't come out. And there we go, we have that. The only thing left to do now is to put on our wire, which I have somewhere. And I'm going to need a couple more jump rings. Put those away after. And I need a clasp. I think I'll just go with the lobster claw clasp. And I like the big ones. I don't like the small ones. I know they're supposed to be like the man one, but I like them. They're easier to get a hold of. So now I got to measure this. If I can find my ruler. I have a few of them kicking around here. And I like to go approximately 18 inches. So I already know this is, well, I don't already know, I have to measure it. I'm going to say 3.5. So now, grab one end. So 12 and 6 is going to make my 18. It's not exact on, I don't worry. I'll just close. I know there's a little end there. Then I'm just going to take this in half and approximate the halfness. Yeah, I'm using my big words. It's in my own little dictionary. Well, we still have power. That's always a bonus. That was a shocker last night because I'm down here in my room all by myself. Had my oven going because I was baking these. And then the power went out. It gets pretty dark down here with no lights. Just a little teeny window. And it's turning nighttime. Now if I can get this in there, again, my eyes aren't the best anymore. So there's that side. I'll take a jump ring. I don't use wire much, or chain I should say. I use wire a lot. But sometimes when it's split up like this, I think it looks quite nice. This stuff's really fine, tiny. Maybe if I start buying larger chain links, I could see better. Let's see. That's all right. Perfect. Now, grab it in the right spot and hold on to it. Would be awesome. There. Make sure this thing works. And the thing means, yeah, the lobster claw. My words, I tell you. Hard to believe I actually went to school. There. Like so. Now we'll hook her up. And there's her necklace. Get this stuff out of the way. Her necklace and earrings. Just like that. I think they came out quite nice. Very pretty. I love how that resin looks on them. So shiny. Shiny and pretty. I've made another set too. I haven't put it together yet. What is this one here? These kind of. I need a nap. Right here. I did these ones. I like them too. I'll probably put them together something like this one, perhaps. Actually, yeah, I probably will. But there they are. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. And you guys take care of yourself, and I'll see you next tutorial. Bye.